Hello, welcome to FountainFX. Just going to do a quick analysis of the pound against the Australian dollar. We can see that the pound on the daily chart band was very much in a channel. It was in a range bound, and then we had a collapse of the pound against the Australian dollar. It then turned last week and had this huge resurgence. I mean, we are talking, it moved from the 172, 173 level, 173 all the way up to the 180, so roughly 700 points, and we are now seeing it turn and fall at this point. We had with the open there was a gap up, but if you look, it actually gapped up into previous area of supply where price fell from. It literally just touched it, and now we've got some momentum down. So by going down into a lower time frame, let's just take a look at what's actually happening here. We can see that it created a double top formation. That was the gap up, and then price has now started to fall. There is obviously some concern over the value of the pound this week because of the Scottish independence elections, etc., vote or whatever that's going on. So the concern is that if Scotland does separate itself from the UK, that basically there's going to be a whole lot of turmoil over the UK economy and the government and so on and so forth, and that will have a negative impact on the currency. So therefore, at the start of the week, we've started to see the pound selling off against the Aussie, this being a very, very long and strong uptrend. So now we want to see whether or not that starts to fall. As you can see, I've got a trade in here, but what I have actually done is I just want to run through the trade setup with you. If we go down into the 30-minute, and we can show you that from here. So we had price pull down and pull back down again, but the trade setup actually occurred on the 5-minute earlier on today. So we were looking at, if I try and zoom out a bit so we can see whether or not we can get this in. There you go, that's slightly better. So we're seeing that with the open at the end of this, the beginning of this week, there was a gap up, so quite a considerable gap up, price then pulled down. Didn't totally close it, as you can see there's a gap between there and there, and then we had a rally overnight, or early morning, sorry, this is the end of the Asian session, a rally into a high here, and then this is really the European Open that happened here. Price went sideways but then did peak. We did end up with a higher high at this point, but we could see that actually the MACD was selling off, definitely on the moving averages. There was a sell-off here, and just after that peak we had price pushed down. Well, we had a nice pullback, and that didn't continue to push higher, so it was at this point here at the 1.8055 that we had confirmation on the 5-minute of the sell, because price couldn't break higher. In fact, it occurred at the close of this candlestick here, which brings us in at this level. If I just highlight that, so this was really the confirmation of the sell. So it was the 1.8050. So a nice sell at the 1.8050, and if we look at where price is currently, and we can see it's continuing to fall. Basically, I sold at this point, and then I closed my order out at the close of the gap. Price then pulled back, and I went off and did some other things, and it's continued to fall. So I saw it as a great opportunity for me to then re-enter, and as you can see where the dotted line is, I actually re-entered at this point here, as prices then continued to fall from there. So we are currently on the trade that I'm on at the moment. I'm currently 33 pips up, and previously to take it from 80.50 all the way down to the 180, so that was a 50-point gain. So we took 50 points this morning, and we're now 30 points up, so we're 80 points on the day. Where we are at the total is that price has actually moved from the 180.70 all the way down to the 179.60, so that's a 110-point move so far. So there's great opportunities here. It's now finally broken through this area of consolidation that happened at the beginning of the month, and now we're breaking through that, and you can see that there's a very nice selling off. So I've banked some profit. My stop is just above here. I'm happy to let this run, and I'll potentially close it at the end of the day in about an hour or so's time. Bank my profit, and then look to see what else I can do with this trade tomorrow. So that's really it from FountainFX. This is Monday the 15th of September 2014, and we'll share this trade with you tomorrow morning. But keep looking out, there's opportunities on the pound and the US dollar. I know I said on the blog don't necessarily expect a lot to happen with the pound. If you go to the pound US dollar, there we go, proof of it. It's just gone sideways, not doing a lot, but look at alternative currency pairs and you've got a great opportunity there. So that's really it from FountainFX. Happy trading.